Is term or whole life better for me? So term insurance is like renting. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you probably would have realized that I like to make the comparison between owning your own home and renting when making comparison between term and permanent insurance. So term insurance is like renting. Question for you. Would you buy a house if you had to move for a job to which you'd be there for probably about 5 years? Probably not, right? For that duration, it probably will make more sense just to rent, because you buy it, then you have to move. The process of buying it and the process of selling it, you may sell at a loss. It may not necessarily be most convenient for that duration that you're going to be there for. So that's kind of how term insurance works. It helps to cover the period to which you want to have that protection. So 10 years, 20 years, 30 years is typically the time frames that term insurance will work for. If something happens to you within that time frame, your family gets a death benefit, tax-free. Quite simple, usually the most affordable. You get the most amount of death benefit for the least amount of out-of-pocket outlay. Once the term ends, though, there is absolutely no value, right? You only had the protection within that time frame. Now, when it comes to permanent insurance, you own it. It's like when you purchase that property. The mortgage is usually higher, but of course, now you're building equity. Having that permanent policy will ultimately have you paying higher premiums. Now you own this policy. You're building cash value as time goes on, right? To which you have access to. Could be for emergencies, investment opportunities, or for retirement planning to get that tax-free income later. But which is better? Situational. It depends primarily on what your goals are. So if you have a mortgage and you want to make sure that if something happens to you, the mortgage is paid off, or for income protection, you want to make sure that your family could be taken care of if something happens to you over, in your income earning years, term is best fitted. However, when it comes to more long-term planning, a permanent policy usually works best. So for that retirement planning, you're trying to look at tax-free growth of your money. You want to get a permanent insurance, right? Estate planning, those planning that encompasses over a specific duration, it's more lifetime. You're going to want to get something more permanent.